it's Wednesday, which means that it's Wedding Wednesday. I'm Michelle, and this is Mark, and we're getting married, so every Wednesday I'm posting a video about planning our wedding so that you can learn from our mistakes. I'm wearing a sweater, and I've switched to red wine. That can only mean one thing: fall has arrived. Which means there are only 39 days until the wedding. I'm getting a little more insane every day. Today, we're talking about one of the most important aspects of your wedding. One of the things that sets the tone for the entire celebration: your venue. Your venue, I might argue, is the most important thing when it comes to figuring out the theme of your wedding. Hard to have a rustic chic wedding in a hotel. Hard to have a vintage elegant wedding in a barn. Not impossible, but difficult. That's why I am fully of the belief that the wedding venue should be one of the first things solidified in your wedding planning process. Once you know where it's going to be, what kind of architecture you're going to be surrounded by on your big day, it becomes a lot easier to plan the rest of the little details. So let's talk about looking for a venue. Guess what's expensive? New York City is expensive. Guess what's less expensive? New York State. True story. I think we looked at one wedding venue in New York City, and not even very seriously. Just kind of online. Ultimately, we decided to get married a little bit upstate. Not really upstate. I'm well aware that the Hudson Valley doesn't really count as upstate New York to an upstate New Yorker, okay? But I'm from Queens. Look at my earrings. Anything north of Yonkers is upstate to me. The Hudson Valley is a fantastic place to find a wedding venue. FYI. Look how big my finger is. Probably the biggest tip I can give you when searching for your wedding venue is that when you go to visit it, check the GPS on your phone and or car. Because you're going to have a lot of people driving to the venue to begin with, home from the venue, between the venue and the hotel, between the hotel and the rehearsal dinner venue. If service is bad and GPS doesn't work, that could be a problem for your guests, especially if it's dark. Not only am I planning a wedding right now, but I've actually been to a number of weddings in the past couple of years in a variety of different venues. There are pros and cons to all different types of venues. Here are my two favorites. Hotels. Having your wedding in a hotel, specifically the hotel where the bride and groom and the bridal party and a lot of the guests are staying, is really nice. It's awesome to finish up the party and then walk down the hall to your room to go to bed, or down the hall to the best man's room to party your butt off, and possibly get drunk and shoot BB guns at each other. Not that that happened, but it totally happened. We're not getting married in the same hotel we're staying in, but we did choose a venue that is of my second favorite kind. Venues that do weddings all the time. The place we're getting married just does weddings. They have no other function other than to host weddings. And as a result, they are the most fantastically jaded people in the wedding industry that I've ever met. Anything I threw at them, they were like, "We've done that. We got it. Seen it. It's amazing." Because let me tell you, at the end of the day, at your wedding, you're going to want somebody there who has seen it all. If the staff at your wedding venue are not seasoned wedding veterans, guess who's going to be doing all the hard work on your day? Your friends. So you better have great friends. Or friends you're willing to not speak to for the rest of your life after your wedding. But if you actually think you're going to have enough time to set up your table arrangements before your guests arrive for the ceremony, you got another thing coming. Your friends are going to do it. Food. That was, I would say, the biggest factor in choosing our wedding venue. Maybe it's because I'm Italian. Maybe it's because I was a little chubbier in high school. Ba-boom! But I love food. I'm a big believer that bad food can completely ruin a wedding. It could have been the most perfect wedding up until that point. Doesn't matter. We've been to 5 tastings since we signed the contract. It's not even anything new. I just love it. Appetizers. Appetizers. Food. 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 Gabbo. 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 Plan the food well. Hopefully you'll eat some. You probably won't. You're in charge of what you want your wedding to look like. But I highly recommend a wedding venue that is beautiful by itself. If that's not your speed, that's totally fine. You may want to just rent out a warehouse and start from scratch. But I really love the idea that the wedding venue that we chose has its own charm. I don't even have to put flowers on the table. I am, and Jesus. But I don't have to. The tables are beautiful on their own. There's art in our wedding venue. It's basically an old house. God, it's gorgeous. I also really recommend venues with an in-house staff. Everybody's grandma is always very concerned about what if somebody walks away with a box of cards, that's all your money. Well, hopefully you're not inviting anyone who would steal that much money from you. If you've got some random caterers and bartenders, I wouldn't feel so secure. But if the staff at your venue is a house staff that works there all the time, then I would feel much better about leaving an open vintage suitcase with a little banner hung above it that says, cards. I hope you're not leaving cash anyway. This is not Goodfellas. Write a check. One of the things I also love about the venue that we booked is that since they've been doing weddings for so long, they gave us a list of vendors that they work with all the time. DJs, florists, officiants. And the big perk to using a vendor that is recommended by your venue is that that vendor will know exactly how to work in the space. Our space is a little challenging. I was freaking out about it, but we're working with a DJ that came recommended by the venue itself, and she knows the drill. She's gonna be holding my hand through the whole process. I'm just gonna let her lead me. I'm looking at myself, but I should be looking at the camera. But I'm so pretty. Stop. That's all I've got. I'm just so excited. 39 days. Oh, my age. Bless you. That was a Mrs. Doubtfire quote. These videos are becoming more and more incoherent the closer we get to the wedding. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Also, it's fall. I'm wearing a sweater. It's amazing. Do you have a fun story about a wedding venue that you'd like to share with me? Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for brand new Wedding Wednesday videos every week. And if there's any subject you'd like to see me discuss here on Wedding Wednesdays, tweet at Michelle McNally, #Wedding Wednesdays with an S. All right, babies. I'll see you next week when we'll be even closer to the wedding day. Yes. I really don't want to derail the conversation too much, but we got this wonderful roasting pan at my bridal shower, and we're trying not to use the gifts until after we actually get married. So for now, the roasting pan is being used as cat bed. Come on, it's so cute.